Ladies and gentlemen, y'all please help me welcome back to the show National Action Network President and founder, the one and only Rev Al Sharpton. Rev Al. Rev Al, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. How y'all doing there? How you doing, Rickey?
Yes, sir. I'm blessed, man. How you doing? And thank you so much for always making time for us. I just saw you on Morning Joe, and you know, you always ripping and running, and you took a trip down to the Texas-Mexico border in Del Rio, where thousands of mostly Haitian refugees are seeking asylum. So our own Pastor Freddie Haynes was also there among the group of with a lot of other ministers. What I want to ask you, can you explain how the Haitians ended up at this Texas-Mexico border bridge? And second, question: what did you find when you toured the area, Rev Al? Because I was just real curious. Like, how did they get to that area?
Well, a lot of them have traveled by foot across South America and Central America because of what has gone on in Haiti. You've seen in the last 60 days the president of Haiti assassinated. The chief prosecutor there saying that the prime minister of Haiti was involved. It has led to a whole dysfunction of the government there. A lot of violence, a lot of gang violence. Then right after that, there was an earthquake that toppled a lot of the homes and structures there, and then followed by a tropical storm. So people have been just running for refuge. That's what a refugee is. And they could not get it in Mexico and other places, and they kept coming until they got to this bridge. And as some got to the bridge, I understand they would go on social media and say, this is where we need to come. So you ended up with, at one point, 15 or 16,000 people there. The real question is that if the United States will not receive and give them asylum, then what is the definition of asylum? When you have other people from other countries and other races come and say they're running from dictatorship, we say, oh, it is our responsibility to give them asylum. Let's not forget now, a lot of the Haitian governments that rendered it being poor was propped up by the United States. We have complicity here. So just like we say we have a responsibility to Afghans because they are a result of what the United States did, a lot of what happened in Haiti is a result of the United States propping up dictators and propping up exploiters. So that is how they got there. The reason why National Action Network and I asked for ministers and civil rights leaders to join us, including Reverend Freddie Haynes, your pastor, who's also on the board of National Action Network, is when we saw these pictures of the Border Patrol on horseback, riding up trying to push these migrants back with whips in their hand. This looked like we're back in the day, runaway slaves, where they chased down runaway slaves. And we said, wait a minute, we need to stand up and say we're not going to tolerate these migrants or refugees being treated like this. We want to pray with them and let them know they're not alone. And we want to demand that Biden administration have one policy for all, not one for Afghans, not another for Haitians, not another.
Reverend, what did the Biden administration made a statement? Because we were just outraged when we saw the horse mounted up on horses with whips and the way they was treated. Have anybody said anything about that? Or are they?
Well, I talked to Homeland Security Secretary Maracas, and he has said suspended all of the horse use in terms of Border Patrol. And said he's going to investigate what happened. I told him, investigate. The whole world saw what happened. These guys need to be terminated, and their supervisor needs to be terminated, if not prosecuted. This is outrageous. And I don't see what takes a long time to investigate here. It is absolutely blatant disregard for human life. And let me tell you something, Rickey. If you toured there, and they probably, have made it better in the last few days before we got there yesterday. They're still out in the weather. There's nowhere for them to bathe. They did bring some portables where they can relieve their body, but there's no COVID-19 testing. The other health facilities, there's no vaccination. This is no way the United States should allow people to live weeks later, and we're going to stay on it, and we're not going to back up.
So what you think is going to happen, Rev Al? Because they just can't stay there because they on the Mexico side, and they just can't stay there. What do you think is going to happen?
I think that's the reason we wanted to go down there and put pressure on the administration and spotlight. They're going to either have to deport them, which we are against, or let them apply for asylum and then decide who gets asylum. And they're trying to expedite that process. I think that it is inhuman and it is against U.S. policy with other countries to just send them back through Mexico to Haiti when we talk to them through interpreters. They are afraid that they will be killed. Some of them have nowhere to go back there because of the earthquake. So if this country receives anybody, then we need to have the same standard for everybody.
All right, y'all. Rev Al Sharpton, let everybody know how they can follow you and the work that you're doing through the National Action Network.
www.nationalactionnetwork.net, www.nationalactionnetwork.net. Stay on. We change it every day. We update it sometime more than once a day to stay on top of these issues.
Hey, Rev Al, thank you so much, sir, for everything that you do. Ripping and running or whatever, and I take up for you on this show. I don't play when it come. Whatever they got to say about you and being Crump, they can't say it in front of me because I'm gonna defend you wholeheartedly. I know your heart, and I'm watching you, and thank you for coming on the show, informing us, and let us know anything that we could do to help Rev Al. Let me know, and I'm with you.
God bless you. Thank you. You're a true soldier. Thank you. Have a great weekend. God bless.